Hello and welcome to my channel. In this tutorial we're gonna do this one row repeat. Very easy, goes really fast, especially if you have a thicker yarn. I'm gonna use 5.5mm crochet hook. With this stitch you can chain any numbers of stitches, odd, even, it doesn't matter. I have here 12 chains, just a small sample we're gonna do. And after we chain the numbers that you like, we're gonna skip the first chain and into the second chain from the hook. I'm gonna go in there and do a single crochet, and this row is gonna be single crochet in each chain until we finish this row. So we're gonna move to the next chain, single crochet, next chain, single crochet, and so on. This stitch you can use for a scarf, a hat, placemat, cardigans. The stitch is reversible, so you can use this for whatever you like to do. But I think a scarf, it's nice, a hat, even a table runner if you like, leg warmers, headband, and so on. So the last chain, we're gonna go in there and do a single crochet also. We're gonna chain one. You're always gonna chain one, and then you're gonna turn your work. And now we're gonna work through the back loop. So the stitch is like a V. The back loop is this one. Yeah. So we're gonna go into the first stitch through the back loop. Yeah. You're gonna pull up a loop. We're gonna move to the next stitch through the back loop, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And now we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked, yeah, in here, through the back loop in there, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch through the back loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, go back into the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, back loop, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And we're gonna do like this until we finish the row. Just remember to go back into the last stitch that you worked. So we go back into the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch through the back loop. So this stitch is worked only through the back loop. You go back into the last one that you worked, next stitch, 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. And you're gonna do like this until we finish the row. It's a very easy, goes really fast, but I think will, for example, for a scarf, you will finish in no time with this stitch if the yarn is somewhat thicker, like 4.5, 5.0 millimeter crochet hook. If you go with a thinner yarn, well, that is gonna take some time until it's building up. Yeah. So at the end we have one more stitch, so we're gonna go back to the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop into the last stitch of this row through the back loop. We're gonna go in there and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, and now yarn over the hook, we're gonna do a half double crochet. And at the end here, you see this thing here, we're gonna go through that. So yarn over the hook, go through that, pull up a loop, you have 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. Now we're gonna chain 1, turn your work, and we're gonna repeat the row. So this is how it's gonna look. For a scarf, I would like to suggest to you, if you like this vertical. Yeah. So you will chain a long chain, as long as you like the scarf to be, and then you're gonna work the stitch. So into the first stitch, through the back loop, pull up a loop, move to the next stitch, through the back loop, pull up a loop, 3 loops, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. We're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked. We're gonna move to the next one, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops. go back into the last stitch that you worked, next stitch through the back loop. You have 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, and so on. This is the stitch. It goes really fast, and I'm working, like I said, with 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. It's quite big, the crochet hook, so the yarn, it's thick. This is gonna build in no time. For a scarf, for a hat, you finish fast. It's just like a half double crochet, only that we use a stitch and a half. Okay, so at the end here we have 1 more stitch left here, so we're gonna go back into the last stitch that we worked, pull up a loop, we're gonna move to the next, we're gonna pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, pull the yarn through all 3 loops, and now at the end we're gonna go in here. It's a space, so yarn over the hook right here. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Pull up a loop, 3 loops, and do the half double crochet. So now we're going to chain 1, you're going to turn your work, and you're going to repeat. So this is going to build up. Now let's say you want to finish, and you want to finish with a 1 row of single crochet in each stitch. The first stitch is here, single crochet, next stitch, single crochet. So you can modify this stitch. You can do 1 row of pulling up loops, and the next row maybe you want single crochet only in each stitch, and the next row it's pulling up loops. I think it looks nice for a blanket, for a scarf. To the last stitch here, I'm gonna do a single crochet. So you finish, you close the work. So if you like this, just 1 row of let's say the pulling up loops, and then the next row single crochet, and then when you finish this row of single crochet, maybe the next row some of you might want to pull up loops, and you're gonna have like this. Well, I hope you enjoyed this stitch, and you give it a try. Goes really fast. Imagine a scarf like this, vertical. Some of you don't like to work such a long chain, but I think for a scarf, and you will have the columns vertical instead of horizontal. But if you like horizontal, just chain whatever numbers of chains you want for a scarf, for example. It doesn't matter the number, it's the multiples, doesn't matter. Well, I hope you enjoy. Give it a try. You might enjoy this stitch. Bye bye.